Okay, welcome everyone. Now we would like to configure the yes path for our Voiceflow workflow, right? So we have been able to so far gather the order. Now we're asking, would you like to order anything else, right? So if the answer is yes, you want the flow to basically ask another question, which is something like, what type of meal would you like to order next, right? So it will have to take us back to the type, which is breakfast, lunch, or dinner, right? So that's like the most logical thing to do. So in that case, we will just drag a message step. Good. So we can then just move this here and connect it here, and then come and create a new message. Okay, so the new message we want to create here would be, what type of meal would you like to order next? Right, so that will be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, like this, and then we can generate our variants. Okay, great. So now that we're done with that, we can then, move this here and connect it to this. Okay, connect it to this block here, right? So it just basically goes and repeats the entire process again. So now let's try to run our workflow. There are some issues that we would encounter, but I want us to see it in real time so that we can understand the problem. So lunch, let's say salad. Do you have any name? So let's say Gideon. So do you need anything else? So if I say yes, so what would you like to order next? So let's say lunch again. So grilled chicken or salad. You can just say chicken this time. See variety, So do you have a specific name for the order? Now this is an issue because we've already provided our name and we're still, it's still our turn and we're still talking to the chatbot. So the chatbot needs to be able to know that, okay, this is still the same person that is talking to us and does not need to throw this question again, right? So what we will do now is that we will basically, stop this for now. Just click here, right? And then where we will make that change is in this portion here where we're asking for the name, right? So do you have any specific name? Do you have any, what name? I don't like this. Yeah, so I think I can use this. That's fine. So now what we would do now is that we would, instead of coming directly to ask which name the order should be placed in, we should first check if the username already exists. So if the username already exists, then it implies that the person has already made an order and is still making a new order. But if the username does not exist, then it means that the person is making his first order. So that means that we would have to use a condition, right? So we come here and grab the condition step. So we'll place that condition right here before we hit this block. So in the condition step, we click on the path. So condition builder or expression. Expression is in JavaScript, but we just want to use the condition builder. So we try to enter the condition now. So the variable we want to check is the username. Let's check if the username. So remember I told you that when a variable has not yet been set, or a value has not yet been set, its value is 0 in Voiceflow. So if username is 0, right, and that is what we need for this block. So now let me just terminate this. Now if the username is 0, so if the username is 0, what you should expect is that you should then ask for the user's name, right? Under what name should this be done? But if the username is not 0, then it should skip that question and move directly to the next step, right? So that should help us resolve that problem. The other problem that I know about is found here, right? So we already have a couple of rules for this order, but the problem is that after some time, the order, so what the AI tries to do is that it looks at the previous order and tries to add it to the latest order, which is what we're already doing with this JavaScript here. But then instead of equating the value to the orders variable, the AI tries to equate it to the order variable, right? So we need to add an extra rule here so that the AI is able to understand that, okay, that is being taken care of, right? So I'll add a rule now. So now I've added this rule which just says the order is new, separate, and unique from any previous order. Do not append or associate the new order with previous ones, right? So that just allows, you know, that separation that we want. So I think we are basically done. Now let's try to run this to see if it'll work. Choose lunch. So let's say salad. So let's say Jack. So you say yes. Let's say lunch again. This time we say chicken. So you can see, fantastic, what you've ordered so far: grilled chicken, $5, and salad for $3.50, right? And then your total cost is $8.50. What else can I get for you? Nothing. So you can just say no. So your order has been processed. Please wait a moment, right? Obviously, you can always correct all this English problems, right? But that's besides the point, right? So we can just come here. So you can see Jack's order right here, right? So everything works just as we intended. So that is the end of this tutorial. You can see, even though we built such a simple bot, right, it's required quite the number of steps and a lot of, you know, thought, right? So, but that's the beauty of having a tool like Voiceflow. This would have been really tedious to code out. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.